Okay, this should be fair. This should be the last video. Um, okay, back where I left off. So we're just looking at war partitioning and terrain. We can see, as I mentioned, from like the settings that I had and like the war partition grid, we can see it created 16 different pieces of my single terrain. So I think I have to save my, I have to save my level. So I'm gonna save this as L landscape 01. And oh yeah. Okay. That might have did what I wanted to do already. So I was in landscape mode before. I actually don't need to be in here for the moment. I'm going to go to selection mode and I'm going to click on, nice. So if you click on different sections of your terrain, you can see it like highlighting over here a bit, or at least giving the number. Actually, no, you can see it highlighting, just very nice. And what we can do, I think, is if I right click this, I can load region from selection. I believe it's it has my last loaded region, which is everything. I'm actually gonna unload this. I'm going to click my whole thing. I'm gonna unload it. And we see this makes our terrain, no, disappear. So that means if I want to work on something like a particular corner of my terrain, right now it's all unloaded, I could right click this. And I always get confused on what I'm supposed to do next. I can load from here. That's stupid, but no, I want to unload. Cool. Sorry, I the point being is that we have our different sections of our terrain and we can unload them and load them at will. It's just really weird as to how it wants to do this. Load regions from this selection. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. From our war partition context down here, we can kind of control what sections we want loaded and what we're working on. So I will only want to work on this back section over here because I think I'm stretched over a little bit into like these ones down here. It's grabbing six instead of just the 4 that I wanted. So I would just do this, load that, and I could load these and just like paint and working here. But we can also do some more like dynamic things, I believe. So if I go to this little plus cube thing and look for, oh god, what is it? Load, no, world. It's a volume. I just don't know what it's called. It's not a level streaming. Oh, it's location volume. And what we can do is that for now, I can highlight everything, load everything so I can see everything. And we're in like this black darkness zone because I don't have my level partition. You can't use level partitioning with level streaming with war partitioning. So I can't load in like my sky level. I would have to make it in this level. I don't feel like doing that. Which kind of sucks that you can't use these together, but I understand that, there are some limitations. to these two things. And I'm just going to make a kind of a volume that's decent size. Actually, I don't know how big each of these are. Oh, they're 100 by 100, apparently. So that's perfect then. Trying to see if I can just make this fit over a cube perfectly, but I guess that's not that important. What I want is just to make my location volume fit over a chunk of my terrain. So there we go. It's over, I think I'll make this a bit bigger. I'll take it to 400 by 400. I don't need it to be that in height, but that's fine. As long as it's covering your terrain. And I'm going to drag this under my landscape. So now it's nested underneath it. And if I go to War Partition, I can see it, which is great. I can't move it. I have to move it over here. But if I unload my selected region, I now have this location volume that if I go to details, load, I can load in the parts of it that my location volume is over. I believe you should be able to access this programmatically as well as like in a blueprint, so you can do this dynamically. I don't work a lot with terrain, so I actually haven't tried that, but I know you can. Sorry, actually, you should be able to do that. I normally work with like building like, you know, cities, environments with that. So terrain, I don't use as much, but if you're working on a project that does have terrain and you want like, I'm only doing a 1K by 1K, but if you want to do like a, 50 kilometer by 50 kilometer giant map and like a VR headset, there are ways that we can make your level very, very much optimized so that you can have like your massive, Skyrim scale level and still have it be performance in a VR headset. But anyway, for now, I'm going to load in my 1K by 1K level. And this is just like for optimization, for like speed. I don't like modeling terrain because I'm not that good at it. So what I'm going to do is that now that I have my terrain partitioned, so I can, unload and unload sections at will, programmatically if I want, I'm going to go back to my landscape mode, go to import, and I want to give it a height map. So instead of sculpting, I'm going to sculpt it via height data. And to do that, all I have to do is that I have to click on this height map to give me this channel to import. And I always like to find these like cool sites that have real world height data. So one that I've been using is 16-bit grayscale PNG. If you just type in like height map on whatever search engine that you have, you should be able to get some kind of height map data. But this one has like it's like a GitHub thing, Unreal PNG height map. So it's for Unreal. That's why I like using it. But you can go anywhere in the world and choose a location, kind of drag around and place your cursor over where you want your location to be. In class, I did it over Doolin, Ireland, because I like the game, the PS3 game Folklore, which takes place here. And what's helpful for this is that you can click this default UE5 sizes, and it'll give you, different resolutions. So this will be an 8K, 8 kilometer by 8 kilometers. See, that's huge. But in our last video, we made sure that our map is 1K by 1K, which is why I typed in 1009 by 1009. Because if I give it that, I can click generate height map, which I guess I'll do. That's fine. And it'll give me a height map. I already have one in here, so I'm actually just going to use that. I'm going to cancel this and go back to Unreal and import my height map. And my auto material is already on it. I can see the still green mesh appear across my terrain, and because it's 1K by 1K and our terrain is 1K by 1K, it matched it perfectly. But if the height map I gave it was like too small, it would only cover like, part of it. And I can choose this import type for like resample or expand to kind of expand over the terrain that we made. If it's bigger, I think you would want to resample. Like if it's like bigger than your terrain, it would like resample it to the variable space that you have. And anything else? No, I'm just gonna hit import. And there we go. Jesus. Instead of sculpting, we can see that I have a very nice height mapped sculpted terrain, which I didn't have to sculpt or paint at all. And I can unload parts of it. Oh, do we just save? Nice. So I'm going to. Oh, why are you loaded? Oh, force load. There we go. Didn't know it was being force loaded. So now I can toggle off different parts of my terrain and work on them at will, or programmatically load them. So I'm gonna hover over this section, load them in, and I can just work on this little corner over here if I want. Okay, I don't work a lot in terrain, so this was useful for some of you, but particularly for me, it's not, because I just don't work a lot with terrain. But see, I have an example of it working. Yeah, here we go. I just so I did this one using the same method. I just didn't use world partitioning for it, but I did the height map in the import. And if I play, I might be in VR mode. No, I'm not. We can see like the auto material working and comes with like foliage and everything. Just a quick way to like instantiate your levels, so you can work on the actual VR aspects of your projects. So this one is more just like a quick way to a quick tutorial on like how to get like a nice terrain up and running on your level. And then you could add, world partitioning if you want to make a level super big, or level instancing to one that doesn't have world partitioning to add, like a fantastical village or something, and make these massive levels, but make them optimized so that they work for you. But that's it. That's the last video. I didn't actually expect this to take this long. But cool. If you guys have any questions, please find me after class or email me. But that'll be it for me, and I hope you guys enjoy your fall break. With that, I will sign off here.